I've listened. I got his eye hurt so bad.
Sorry. I think this is almost ready. There we go.
What is that big road? STOI chiometry?
Yes. Stoichiometry.
I can't say that.
Stoichiometry. It's Greek, right? Like, it's literally Greek. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
All right. So we're looking at the second one?
Yep.
Is that right? Cool. All right. Do you wanna take it away?
Yeah. So I started with the 250 grams on top of the first fraction, and I'm not sure which formula is which. That's where I got messed up with knowing how to put them where.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I put there was the LiNO3 for the starting one. Is that right?
The LiNO3 is one of them. That is true. And cover some of this up. There we go.
Miss Clemmy, I have a question, so I don't get confused. Do you want me to stay for this, or do you?
Oh.
I'm confused right now.
Sure.
I'm kind of looking at this, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at exactly.
Sure. Yeah, if you are like yeah.
Is that okay? So I can get caught up, and if I have questions, I can email you, and maybe we could do like a one-on-one Zoom or something. If I have questions, or just email you about it.
That sounds just fine. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to listen, but I'm also like I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I know this is important, but I also want to get the notes because I'm looking at this. I'm like, I don't have the notes to put the pieces together. I'm sorry.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, if you want to do the videos and the notes first, go for it.
Yeah, and then I can just email you if I have questions.
Yeah, and we might wind up doing them tomorrow, but at least we'll know like where you're at and what you're thinking about and stuff like that.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
No, I take care. I hope you're well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'll just email you if I have questions.
Sounds perfect.
All right, thank you, Miss Clemmy.
Thank you. See you tomorrow, Kat.
Bye.
Bye.
So, are we working backwards then? Okay.
Exactly. Sometimes,
okay.
Yeah.
So then the first number would be the last one in the equation for the 250, right?
Oh, the number is always where you start.
Yeah, I mean like for the starting grams of the element, would that be the element, the last thing in the equation?
Go with whatever they've got there. So you found that number, it's that many grams, and it's that many grams of
lithium sulfate.
Exactly.
Would that be LiS?
Yeah, you're on it. Yeah, there's a lithium and a sulfur, and it's a sulfate, so it's like it's polyatomic. It probably has some oxygen stuck to it.
Okay, so then it's the LiNO3.
LiNO3.
Oh wait, no. I mean like, wait. Okay, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah.
So, 250 grams of the Li2SO4.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then across from that, in the next domino, would be that same thing.
Yes, that same unit and compound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the mole would be the NO3 4.
The mole, which mole?
I don't know, but it's the mole next.
The mole that's like up on top here.
Yeah.
That mole up on top is the same exact compound.
Okay. And then that would be the same compound in the next domino, like on the bottom.
Exactly.
Okay.
That whole thing, the moles of Li2SO4, yep, goes from top to bottom.
Cool. And then the ratio is 2 to 4, I think. No.
Let's do all the units first, and then we'll
Oh,
get
okay.
all the numbers.
I think that in the next domino, I know cross down would be the mole of whatever unit. And then on top of that would be the gram of lithium nitrate.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, you're doing well with this. What was it that went here?
I'm not sure what goes in the middle there.
That's fair. I wasn't sure if I missed it or...
Yeah. I think it might be the TBNO3 4, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. And where is that? Yeah, I'm hearing this. Where does that come from? Like, where is that?
The equation.
Is it okay? So it's
So it would be a mole on top of there.
a mole in that one.
Yeah.
Agree.
In both of the missing spots, they'd both be moles to cancel each other out.
Yes, totally. And what is it that you're solving for? Like, what do you want to find?
The lithium nitrate.
Awesome. And what's the formula for that?
The LiNO3.
Got it.
And then that formula would be the top of the gram.
There you go. Oh. What's the unit on the answer?
Gram.
Yes. And what's the compound here and here?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I
here
think it might be the second PB1. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
here's a hint. These will only ever be two things. There'll be
Okay.
a starting thing and an ending thing, and that's all.
So then, is there a unit there?
There is.
Okay.
And it's the compound that you... How do I say this? So here you're going to go from moles of something to grams of something. And it's the same thing.
Oh, okay, so it's the same compound, the LiNO3. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then let's fill it in with the things that it needs now. On the second fraction, I know on top is going to be 1 because that's what the template says.
There you go.
And then on bottom will be the molar mass of the compound. I'm going to grab my element sheet.
Nice.
Okay. So the molar mass of this will be 103.01. Because I just added up all the masses.
Awesome.
The lithium, the sulfur. Oh wait, no, I didn't do lithium 2 times.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
Okay. So let's just add on 1 more lithium.
Perfect.
And that'll be 109.95.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how to do that.
And then mole ratio, I think on the top will be a 4.
You are correct. How did you know?
Because it says that in the formula. I'm just referring back to the formula that there's a 4 in front of it.
Perfect. Yup.
And then on the bottom will be a 2 because it connects with the formula.
Exactly. You're crushing it.
Thank you. This one, at the beginning, I was like, this is hard to concentrate. And then like, oh wait, you just have to follow the template. That's it. So,
Yes.
that helps
It's like
a lot.
both. Yeah. It looks huge. And once you get it, it's totally predictable.
Oh yeah. It's way more predictable than last week's stuff.
Sure, in some ways it is. Because last week you had to decide if you were going to atoms or to moles or to liters or whatever. And here it's always this.
Yeah, which I like because last week's was tougher than usual for me.
Totally fair. Yup.
So in the next fraction is on top is the molar mass of the lithium
Yes.
thingy-majig, and I think that's 68.95.
That sounds about right.
And that'll be over 1 because that's what the template says.
Yup.
And now I'm gonna do 250 divided by 109.95 times 2.
Oh, good question. Yeah, all the stuff on top gets multiplied.
Okay. Do I times it by 4 and divide it by 2 then?
Yes.
Okay. Times
Yes.
4 divided by 2. Okay, I'm gonna write what I'm doing below it then.
Okay.
just to show myself that I'm times by 4 divided by 2 because I feel like that'll be useful another
Yeah.
time. And that'll be times 68.95. To get a big number that I'm going to simplify to 314 because the last decimal has a 5, rounding up.
Yeah.
We don't have any decimals. That'll be grams of the lithium NO3.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's another step. It's like lots of this domino conversion-y stuff.
Yeah.
And also, it's kind of just that.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we can go through like number 1 really quickly too,
Yeah.
because I think I might have written things down wrong.
Sure.
Wait, no, I get it now. I guess I just need what wait, I might have actually. Yeah, can you show me the template that you did, because I think I wrote it down wrong when I was looking at it.
Yeah. Here. That one or a different one?
You started it number 1 for us in the video.
That's true, I did. And okay, you're totally right. I filled it in on a call during first block, so I'm gonna rewrite it for you. And I'll think it out loud too, so you can hear that also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we have how many grams? So equal sign some amount of grams. Sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate. You're looking for some sodium, but then also some sulfate. So it's Na2SO4 will be formed. If we start with 200 grams, okay. And here's your number. If we're forming or using or whatever, it doesn't really matter. We'll start with whatever the number is. So 200 grams of sodium hydroxide. And we have an excess of sulfuric acid. So we have too much of that. We don't have to worry about that. Here's your template. So you're gonna go from grams of whatever you're starting with, convert that to moles of whatever you're starting with. There's the same amount. We're just turning it into moles. Once it's in moles, we can take it through the reaction and find kind of the mole ratio of moles of that sodium hydroxide in this case to moles of what you want. You want sodium sulfate. And in that final step, you go for moles of what you want. So moles of sodium sulfate. And we want that in grams. We want to put that on a scale. So we want grams of our ending thing.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'll fill it in with you so that I can get this all out there. So on top of that second fraction I put a 1 because that's what the template says.
Great. Is that
And
many
then-
grams in 1 mole?
What?
Oh yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, it'll be that many
Oh.
grams in 1 mole. Yeah.
And then for the grams on the bottom, since it's the molar mass of that, I put 40 by looking at the element table.
Great.
And then on that ratio one, I put a 1 on the top since that formula doesn't have an actual like number in front of it, but there's an implicated 1.
Great.
And then on the bottom, I put a 2 because in that formula, there's a 2 in front of it.
Nice.
And then on that fourth one, on top, I put the molar mass of that equation, which came out to be 142.05.
Sounds good. Double check.
And then on the bottom of that, I put a 1 because that's what the template says.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna do the equation.
Cool.
Oh. And we get 355.125, but since the thing only has, it doesn't have any decimal place value, round it down to 355 to end up with 355 grams of sodium sulfate.
Nice. Nice. Looks good. 102.2. Yeah, that looks nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. I just need to work them out entirely, 'cause otherwise they get like lost almost.
Yup. Yeah, we sometimes do a full 2 days on this stuff because it's one of the trickiest days of the whole quarter.
Oh, thank goodness.
Which sometimes sounds like but you got it. But it is to say that you're not alone. Like, this is actually like hard to wrap your mind around once you.
Yeah.
It's like learning how to do a new skill, like ride a bike, and once you get it, you're fine. But like that initial step is like, what am I trying to do?
Yeah, exactly. I think the hardest thing for this unit for me is just going to be the thing that we did before, because it's like deciding what's happening. And
Yup.
this one gives a lot more guidance, in my opinion. Also, I have a question about how finals are going to work, because this just popped into my head. I know you probably haven't like figured it all out, but you mentioned at the end of last quarter that we would like